Hello, everyone. Welcome to Jibio web series, Jibio Post. Today we have Emilia Coto with us, the immigration lawyer. She has been personally gone through the immigration process for both US and Canada. So, welcome, Emilia. How are you doing
Thank
today?
you. Good. Glad to be here.
Nice. So, Emilia, it'll be great if you can tell us about yourself and why did you choose to practice immigration law at the first place?
Sounds good. Yeah, so my parents immigrated to Canada when I was a young girl. And so I moved when I was about in grade three
Mhm.
and then grew up in a small town. Eventually went to law school. And after law school, I still wasn't sure what area I wanted to practice. So I just got experience at a firm that did a little bit of everything. And I also worked at a legal clinic, which helps more vulnerable people. And that's where I got my first taste of immigration law. And it's a really rewarding practice area. I love helping people move to Canada, visit Canada. And I like also helping businesses that want to attract a more international workforce. So I practice immigration because it's really rewarding and just because I know personally that immigration can completely change your life, change those opportunities that you have access to. So I love playing a little bit of a role in that process.
That's amazing. That sounds great. And, I love what you do. So, just wanted to check because, as we know, Canada is the dreamland for everybody, and every day, 100,000 people are coming, right? And then COVID happened this year. So, how did, it impacted all the people or immigration process in any way? If you can just throw some light on it.
Yeah, so the good news is that Canada is still really committed to maintaining its immigration numbers and welcoming immigrants.
Hmm.
So far, the country is on track to meet its immigration quota for the year, and it's actually been really good for some people because the points that are normally required have dropped a lot. And that's mostly because a lot of the testing centers and like documents are not as easily available. So there's less applicants. And so, um, yeah, so for example, a lot of people in the Canadian experience class that normally would not have points that would qualify for permanent immigration were able to get permanent immigration and stay in Canada this year. So that's been good. It's delayed the process for some people because not everyone can get the English test done. There's a big backlog with that. And then of course there's some people that are also separated, like families, because of the border closure. So that part has been tough, but it's also I have been finding led people to take action. For example, if they hadn't started their sponsorship process, this has kind of been the push because you can do it from abroad. And then even though it's not nice to not be able to see each other, at least they're making progress and finally being able to be together. So good and bad, but overall I would say it's good because Canada is still very welcoming. Especially, with immigration pretty much halted in the States, I found that a lot of people, especially in the tech industry, are looking to Canada's
Right.
and seeing the very different approach that Canada's taking and how much more welcoming and Canada is of tech workers because it's a booming industry. Toronto, BC both have a lot of jobs in that area. So I think for Canada, it's been good in some sense.
Hopefully, I really wish that for us. Then very soon we should be on track with the world. Amazing. Another thing I just was curious to know, Amelia. So you're doing immigration, you're dealing with immigrants every day. So any kind of obstacles you face, while helping them and and going out of the way to help them in that scenario.
I think some of the obstacles sometimes when working uh, with immigrants, especially if they're wanting to be immigrants and not yet in Canada, is
Yeah.
just the building the trust because, you know, I know that at the beginning there's a lot of people that sometimes try to take advantage of immigrants. So I
Right.
think the process to build that trust takes a little bit longer, and it is a little harder without in-person meetings, but I find that the video conference really, really helps. So I try to do video meetings as much as I can and also telephone if not. But yeah, I think the trust process takes a little bit longer.
I know I think the personal touch is important, when they know, when they see you, that makes the first step of the trust and that makes an impact. Absolutely. If you can tell about Sisu Legal, your venture, if you can tell us about that, what are you doing? I know you're helping mid-sized companies, in the geography, in our geography. So yeah, think about it.
Yeah, so I do all kinds of immigration law.
Hmm.
My business has two sort of components. So I do immigration law where I help um, in all kinds. So whether everything from a visitor visa to permanent residence, work visa, etc. I have a bit of a soft spot for spousal immigration because that's, my recent experience, like my most recent immigration experience. So I really enjoy doing that type of immigration, but I think any kind of immigration is good and positive. So I like to do it all. And then I also do legal coaching. So in the immigration side, sometimes people can't afford full legal representation. So I'm happy to review the application and not do the full thing in order to provide more accessible services. And I also do that for litigation. So people that are in court that can't afford full legal representation, I can also coach them through it. And I'm in the process of developing some courses to again make it more accessible and help people through the process or even before they start. So let's say they're just looking to learn more about the process and eventually do want to hire. So I'm in the process of doing that. I'm hoping to have those launched by the end of this year.
Amazing, amazing, Emilia. So please keep doing what you are doing. And,
Yeah.
amazing to know about this. And I hope everybody who's watching this, will be aware of the thing, will be in contact, and, you're going to help them. Amazing. Thanks. Thanks, Emilia. Thank you for time.
Thank
And
you.
yes, rock the world. Thank you.